What's going on, Dead by Daylight family? It's your boy Negus, and I'm coming at you today with some granny gameplay, aka the Hag, and I'm just gonna be going through my favorite perk build on her. And yeah, I've been using Hag for a couple weeks now, and I gotta say I like her. She's feeling quite nice. I feel she's a really underrated killer, and she's quite fun to use. Okay, so I'm gonna get into my first perk, and my first perk, Pop Goes a Weasel. Alright, so when you hook a survivor, the next generator you smack will be regressed by 25%, and it has a 45-second cooldown. Next perk is Sloppy Butcher. So Hag could injure survivors quite easily. If you get your trap set up right, you should be smacking survivors left, right, and center. So Sloppy Butcher is a great way to slow down the game, and it's gonna take survivors much longer to heal. Alright, so I find with this perk is that when you injure survivors, they're gonna be running all over the place trying to find a place to heal, and you're pretty much gonna have phantasm traps all over the place, so it's gonna be quite difficult for them. Alright, so I really like Sloppy Butcher on Hag. I find it to be really effective. So for the next perk, we got Save the Best for Last. So when we hit a non-obsession, we'll get a token, and the max amount of tokens we could get is 8. Alright, and for every token we'll get a 5% basic attack cooldown. So this is really good because when you smack your survivor and then you get a phantasm trap notification, you can pretty much immediately teleport right away because you'll have less cooldown on your basic attacks, and you could just smack that other survivor that triggered your phantasm trap. So I'd say Save the Best for Last is a really solid perk on the Hag. Alright, and let's get into the next perk. So for the next perk, we got Corrupt Intervention. What it's gonna do is seal off the furthest 3 generators away from me. Since I have it at 2, it's gonna be for 100 seconds. If you have it at 3, it's going to be for 2 minutes. Alright, this is really good in the early game because Hag's early game is very important. You want to make sure you're setting up as many traps as possible, and you don't want gens to fly in the early game. Alright, I found that before when I wasn't running Corrupt, by the time I set up all my traps, 2 to 3 gens popped, and that's not really a good start. So yeah, Corrupt is a way to go. I really like this perk on the Hag. So yeah, this is my favorite Hag build. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe and the bell notification down below. Let's get into the gameplay. So Hag's early game is very important. You want to make sure you find a specific area of the map that you want to control. So it could be a pretty strong 3-gen. And what I do is I just trap loops that are in that area, alright? So Red Forest has some pretty strong loops. So what I'm doing right now is just trapping them up. So if survivors do go there in the future, it won't be difficult for me. So I see a king there. I'm gonna continue placing my trap. I'm not gonna chase, but he's gonna trigger this trap, so why not get a hit on him, right? So I'm gonna reset my trap and continue setting up traps around the map. So I know this temple is a high traffic zone, so I hear someone here, so I'm gonna trap this side, and if they come up this side of the stairs, they're gonna trigger my trap. She wasted that pallet. It's a crappy pallet anyways. Alright. So I'm gonna reset this trap and get her up on the hook. So you always want to hook survivors in the area of where you have your traps, so that those survivors that do come to get them are gonna be in a world of pain, because you're gonna have traps all over that area. So I'm gonna regress this generator with Pop. I'm gonna trap here because this is one of the main entrances to the temple. Let's trap here. So always trap around the long side of the loops because that's where survivors usually loop around. Beautiful. She's going in the temple. Nice. So this trap is doing well. Let's reset it. Alright. Let's head to this generator. You're crying. Nice. Alright, so I know that Nea's still probably SDS, so I'm not gonna pick her up. I'm gonna reset the trap and look for somebody else. So, this king is going in the temple. We got a smack on him. Whoa! How do you get so much distance from my trap? I think he dead-hearted maybe? I'm not sure. Alright, he got the stun. He's gonna trigger... Okay. Oh, I missed that. Alright, nice. So he's an obsession, so we lost all of our save the best for last stacks. The basement's here, so I'm just gonna put him here. Hagen basement is a huge threat to survivors, because there's not much they could do if you trap the basement correctly. Alright, so I'm gonna trap here, so if a survivor does come down. Is he killing himself? Yeah, he's killing himself on hook. That's sad. He's a streamer too. What are your viewers saying about this? Wow. And someone DC'd. Okay. Alright, chain. She's just throwing it back for me. Yeah, so I believe they gave up. Okay, we got a notification over there. Hatchet's there. Okay, nice. So yeah, I felt bad because the DC and the immediate kill on hook, but it's all good. GG's.